Hi Leo, this is your end June 2019 reading. Leo, as we have been talking about it throughout this month, all the videos this month as well as this one are focused on preparing for the eclipse season of July. In July, we have two eclipses. Eclipses bring about karmic shifts in our life, and for you, the eclipses are focused on your work and health sector. There are certain shifts required in our work environment, in the way we connect with our coworkers or our place of work, which needs to reflect who we truly are. The first eclipse on 2nd of July reveals who we truly are. It reveals the hidden side of us. It reveals certain secrets about our current situation that we may not know. Then the second eclipse of 16th of July gives us an impetus to bring about a shift when it comes to our career, as well as bring about certain shifts in our health sector if the secrets revealed are related to our own self-care. We take care of that, and that launches us into a new phase that comes with the new moon, which is happening in your sign on 31st of July, that brings about a start of a new phase of life. But before we receive the eclipses and your new moon, there is an aspect that is happening right now that we need to understand, which will be in play during the first eclipse as well. The aspect is Jupiter and Neptune are currently in a hard aspect with each other. This happens once in 13 years, and it brings about a change in the society in terms of our ideologies, our faith system, our ability to think through and figure out why we are doing what we are doing, our motivations. They shift with Jupiter and Neptune together, and our old ideology is dissolved because we realize it is not expansive enough or not in line with where we are going. So we look at our own psyche. We delve deeper into our own fears. We go where we normally don't look and figure out where are we being cheated? Where are we being held back? Where is somebody who's there in a joint situation with me not treating me the way I should be? And there could be a confusion that is created there for us to be feeling the pain enough to handle it. It could be a joint business partner. It could be a matter of inheritance. It could be a matter of will. It could be a matter of intimacy with a partner which is not performing to the level you would want it to be. That comes to focus. That comes to light. And there might be a unveiling of truth that happens in this area for you to finally handle it. Neptune wants us to lower our boundaries so we can merge with another in a more deeper manner. Whether it is with a person, it is with a business partner, or it is with a person of similar aims, values, or it could be with the higher powers, with God, with higher spirits. We want to merge and have more spirituality in our life. We want to have more faith in our life. That kind of rebirth in a joint situation with somebody requires us to see something clearly so we are not walking into a fog. We do not have clear boundaries with others right now. And that creates a situation where we can be taken advantage of, and that is revealed if we are being taken advantage of, especially when it comes to a financial matter which is joint in nature. It could be a loan, it could be a will, it could be a joint business financial matter where certain amount of clarity needs to be established for you to take more risk in your life. Jupiter in your house of passion this year, which it comes once in 12, 13 years, is asking you to take more risk in your life. So it's possible that you might have started a creative venture, or you might have decided to take more risk when it comes to your personal life, or when it comes to your business life, in order for you to give birth to this big dream, this big passion you have, or to open the floods of your creativity and joy. There is a dissolution which is required, a clarity that is required on a joint financial matter. Something is not coming out fully, and your sensitivity to that undercurrent is very strong right now. So you could have a gut feeling about it. You can have an inspiration, a guidance out of nowhere about it. It could be that something is not wrong, but maybe you're not seeing a way Maybe you're not seeing a way on how to launch this business network, this creative venture in a more expansive manner. Maybe you're not getting the kind of remuneration you should for your talents. You've taken a creative risk or you've taken a speculative risk in your business, but you're not seeing a returns. But you do not know why. That revelation, that realization is part of this aspect. And they will continue to be in contact all the way till September. This started in January when we decided either to shift something in our life, where we decided to take more risk on ourselves, where we maybe got into a joint situation with somebody. This is their second meeting. We'll have a third meeting in September. This is a 9-month process of launching a new expanded joy and creativity for you. Some creation, giving birth to something that you feel happy about. It could be a source of joy, it could be an investment risk, it could be a creative venture, it could be a child, it could be a romance that you're looking to give birth to. But there is something blocking that. Something is blocking the full manifestation of that, the financial impact of it, the intimacy in a romance. Seeing that clearly, why? That is the aim of the eclipse of 2nd of July. We are required to go where we normally would not go. Neptune wants us to look deeper, get to know ourselves better. And normally, when Neptune is in this joint house, we come to know about ourselves through somebody else. And it can happen through deception. We might know something about ourselves because somebody is not treating us well, or we are being deceived in a joint situation and we realize it. I'm sorry to say, but that does happen. And we need to be very careful when it comes to a joint financial situation. We need to be very clear cut. We should hire somebody. If you're renegotiating your will, you're renegotiating any joint financial situation, you should get that checked multiple times, because there is a situation where you may not be seeing through the reality right now. But something comes out of nowhere in that to solve that equation, or something comes out of nowhere to give you guidance on how to make a creative venture work, how to get the right remuneration out of a creative venture. Or if you sort of got into a romantic situation and intimacy has not come out to the level you would want it to be, something reveals itself in terms of why that is happening. But we have to be ready to give something up as a process of that, because Neptune in the 8th house to some extent requires a rebirth, and rebirth always means that a part of us has to die, a part of us has to be left behind. But that is a part of it which is karmic, which is ties that don't serve us well, connections that don't serve us well, addiction to something that does not serve us well. Those karmic ties have to be dissolved, and Neptune makes it easy to dissolve it, because we come to a stage where we ask for this rebirth, we ask for a transformation, we ask for an ending, we ask for something to be finished because it is not serving us well, it is not letting the joy flow as freely, creativity flow as well, or love for our children flow so easily, or passion for what we truly want to go for is not flowing freely because something, some addictive tie, some karmic tie, some karmic situation, which could be a joint partner, which could be somebody who we have karmic connections with, past life connections with, a debt to. That person, that loan, that karmic debt, that joint financial situation is holding us and holding our power down. And that needs to be dissolved, and the reality of that comes up with the first eclipse when this aspect is live. But it will take next 3 months all the way till September, and you'll start seeing the manifestation of that in your season. When your new moon and then your season comes, August, When Jupiter goes direct, you'll start seeing the full release, the full positivity of it in August and September. But the work starts now. So, tapping into, and I know it sounds something that one should be doing on the mountain, but that's not what it is. We have to tap into an invisible side of ourselves. We are asked to do something which is difficult, which is get to know ourselves. Study, practice a discipline which is psychological in nature. And we might be doing that on a professional basis. Discipline in pursuing a course in psyche, a course in Reiki, a course in tarot, a course in finances, figuring out ideas on finances, finding out a new way to generate finances when it comes to joint situation, and ideas on that coming out of nowhere. But if you are in a joint situation with somebody, keep your finances clear. If you are in a will situation, inheritance situation, tax situation, keep that clear. There is something unreal over there that needs to be dissolved, something that has outlived its purpose. The other thing is that it is teaching you something which is I'm sure you're a fire sign, you know this yourself. It is teaching you to depend on nobody else for material support, because Neptune makes us almost disappointed in somebody who we thought we'll get financial support from, because we're being taught that it is futile to depend on others for material support. But it wants you to be open to connect with somebody without material interest, to some extent to merge with somebody selflessly. But the beauty of the aspect is, as soon as you become a bit more um, you decide, yeah, that's fine, I'm merging with this person not for financial gains, but I want to learn from that person. I want to go and be in that venture with that person because I want to gain experience from them. I want to serve the society at a larger scale, so it's fine if I have to donate a part of the proceeds of my business to something. Or you decide to invest in a joint partnership with somebody where both of you are learning from each other, and that is the part of the equation. As soon as you make it non-material and you decide that this is non-material in nature, the positivity starts flowing in naturally from it. That's part of it. We've been taught that as soon as you'll release the emphasis on material element of joint situation, of merging with somebody, when you're merging with somebody at a much higher plane, you will achieve a very different reality out of it. You will be inspired to do something together with somebody. But if you are expecting that they will sponsor you, they will work with you, and they will be fair when it comes to financial matters, that is something you might be met with some amount of disappointment. And I'm sorry, I'm being very honest on this situation, and I want you to be warned if you are in a joint partnership with somebody. Our ego is dissolved, our power is dissolved in order for us to find a power in a different way. We are brought to a situation like when person is on a dead door, and this is a metaphorical death in some ways, because a part of us is being dissolved. Our ego is being dissolved. Our power is being dissolved for us to reinvent that. Our soul is bared. So we feel no fear when we are going into a different phase in our life. We don't feel uh, we don't know ourselves. We see our core very clearly. So we are asked to work on our fears. And to some extent, right now, facing those fears is much easier. So, and the first eclipse asks us to do that. It is asking you to let yourself to go where you won't normally go, when it comes to fear, when it comes to vulnerability, when it comes to fear of emotion, when it comes to when it comes to taking care of this hidden side of yourself and a talent that you might have discovered. You would normally say, oh, this is too hokey, this is something which will not give me money, this is something which is great for my spiritual growth. For example, you're a Reiki expert, you know that has its other implications, but you decide, no, this is an energy work, I was born to do it. Being okay with being washed with feelings, being okay with seeing a side of you have not seen before, being okay with feeling more empathy for others, making room for intimacy, thinking, meditating and accepting your undoings, your fears, realizing that the too much emphasis on work is draining you, balancing that with self-care, delegating a little bit, creating efficiency at work, releasing old routines and work environments which you know are draining your health down, finding fulfillment and happiness in taking a little bit time away, even by traveling, by being of service to somebody. And I highly recommend you to do that. Donate your time to help others. Take some time proactively, because this is where we are drawn. We are asked by higher powers to open ourselves to people who need us, but you can get used if you don't do it proactively. It is something that we want to in some ways counter and handle proactively. Your mind will be on the past, on rest, restoration, on private time right now. And that is something that you need to honor at least till 26th of June. 26th of June is when Mercury enters your sign. So your mind will start waking up. You'll start feeling suddenly like a, yes, my season is about to begin. There are things that start happening from 26th of June. Then on 1st of July, Mars enters your sign. So the actions, you feel the energy return in your body. And if you're feeling a little bit let down right now, despite the opportunities being shown or options being shown to you, the vitality and the energizing impact will come in a few days. After 26th of June, or more important, after 1st of July, you'll feel this energy come back in your body, in your thought process, to make the requisite shifts. You will find yourself openly accepting certain past hurts, sorrow, or grief from a personal situation. It could be from mother, it could be from family, it could be from women in your life, it could be from motherly figures in your life. Things that we do not normally say, things that we do not normally acknowledge to ourselves. We will be required to do that. This is not hokey psychotherapy. This is something that needs to be drained out before we move into something which is more expansive for ourselves. The people who've had this aspect, which is Neptune in the house of depth, they have gone where others have not gone in terms of their inspirations, in terms of how deeply they can discover things. We had Alan Leo, the father of modern astrology, in 1800s when this aspect happened last, when Neptune was in Pisces in 1860s or 50s. He was a Leo rising. We had stockbrokers who manage other people's finances and had a view into other finances beyond normal people. They were born with this aspect. But Ganguen also painted. He became a painter as well. So he used his craft beyond financial controls. Here, the realizations that come to us, we have to use them in some ways which are creative in nature. Creativity in some ways, or going into deep things which could be psychic, which could be Reiki related, which could be healing related, which could be going deeper in joint finances with somebody. They can give us healing to some extent. They can give us happiness to some extent. We might be fearing going there, but if once you go there and you go deep into something, it will give you healing. We had Jane Addams, who was the first American woman to be awarded Nobel Prize, and she was known as the mother of social work. She was also a Leo with Pisces Neptune. First woman who became who became she was like a philosopher and the mother of social work. And to some extent, that becomes a part of our life in some way. The the psychologist Emily Cove, who discovered the Cove method of psychology, who said the auto suggestion of optimism can lead to a person recovering in some ways. She was I can call her the mother of positive affirmations. She came up with those deeper ideas that normal people don't see. But for you to get there, there are certain our own limitations that we need to be. The fear needs to be given up. The undoing, the addiction, certain ties need to be dissolved for us to go and free ourselves, free our energy to go deeper into the matter where we can go deeper and figure out what are we here to deliver. Figure out how, in some joint financial situation, maybe there is something which is not clear, which is required to be clear for you to get more value out of your talents. We have an aspect between 22nd to 25th of June, which is Venus sitting in your house of regeneration. It's an excellent time to be inspired to create something which is based on this depth. So if you see something coming through you in the next couple of days, which inspires you, which makes you feel happy, which makes you feel content, that is a guiding post. That is a hint towards that direction. On 27th of June, you want to be careful about any kind of conflicts which are coming through. We have something which requires you to get over the past hurt. There might be certain limiting belief system that we need to get over with, and that will get highlighted on that day, because we might be looking at a change in our work coming through, we might be looking at a change in our career coming through. But if you do not end an old belief system of not being taken seriously in terms of your art, not being taken seriously in terms of your belief system, maybe not acknowledged fully for your talents, all of those things can hold you back right now. This is something that we need to get over with and move forward. Dissolve fears to go forward. Go forward to a deeper side of yourself. Open your eyes to your power here. Do not care what others think about this, because you do not want to be doing what others expect out of you here. Neptune is always done for our own soul. It is done for what we want out of life. We want to reveal what we want out of our next chapter. And that revelation will happen through if I can call it, difficult creative process. This is where Neptune is most at home, but at the same time, working on our fears is not an easy task. You're swimming in deeper waters with this. But the season that is about to begin, which is your season, which is about to begin in July, gives you a new beginning, which is based on more authenticity, which is based on you realizing that there is certain patterns that you're done with. You're letting go an old life. You're letting go an old way of connecting with people. And you're being okay right now. It is okay right now to feel vulnerable, because something needs to be drained out. Something needs to be physically drained out. Some secret needs to be exposed. Some truth needs to be spoken of. So good luck for that, Leo. And I'll speak to you in the July videos now. Thank you.